Hello, my lovely pack. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be jumping into a few reviews of my duels for the end of the last season. I decided to finish off the season by running my Blue Eyes Jet Dragon censored deck, and I'd like to run through some of my highlights with you guys and give a little bit of commentary. I've been learning a lot more about my deck. You'd think it'd be something simple that I'd have mastered by now, and yet here I am still learning something new every day. So without further ado, let's jump back into talking about the first match. So we have a pretty decent start with hand. We're going first, it seems. So we're going to start off by summoning White Son of Ancients and then using Melody of Awakening Dragon. Kind of interesting that I didn't use that to throw a White Stone in the grave, but oh, that's right, I had a Return of the Dragon Lords to go. Now we're going to synchro into Spirit Dragon to get started. And move on to a phase. We're going to use White Stone to summon ourselves a Jet Dragon and end the turn. We're facing off against a Dark Magician deck, which is always nice and thematic. Always some of my favorite matches. So they're going to start off by summoning into the Dark Magicians. I'm going to go ahead and protect my Jet Dragon from whatever effects are coming our way. That way everyone is protected from destruction. We're going to bring out Black Rose Moonlight and bounce their extra deck monster, getting rid of it for the turn. And I just recently learned that Jet Dragon would in fact protect my Black Rose from Spirit Dragon's effect. And then they quickly give up after I've stopped their big play. Going into the second match, last one was rather quick. So we once again are starting off with a pretty darn good hand, if I do say so myself. So we're going to start off with the old reliable, linking away White Stone of Ancients to bring out Link Kuribo. And ending our turn, using this attempt to bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon. That way, if something gets destroyed, I get to bring Jet back onto the field. And we pass turn, and they are playing an Ancient Gear deck. They put down Ancient Gear Dragon, search out Ancient Gear Fusion, and they get to go into Ancient Gear Howitzer. This isn't a deck that I've seen too often, but it's going to go ahead and start burning me right off the bat, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Link Kuribo to stop their attack. Now we're going to set our Ultimate Creature of Destruction and then go into Ultimate Fusion from the hand and grave. Bring out our Tyrant. Very little sacrifice here. I already had a Blue Eyes on the field, and the egg is always better off in my deck. Now we get to summon Jet from the hand since we destroyed something. And their Ancient Gear Howitzer is going to bring out their Gear Wyvern in defense mode. However, I've got Tyrant Dragon, so I get to attack again since there's a new monster on the field. And we're going to go ahead and bounce their back row with Jet and finish off with White Dragon for game. Ultimate Fusion has actually brought a lot to my gameplay lately, with me being able to play on both the opponent's turn and out of the hand, grave, and field. The only downside is it does remove my Blue Eyes White Dragons from the grave, but it is better than Dragon's Mirror since I don't have to banish them from the game. And sometimes I do need to get my Blue Eyes White Dragons back into the deck for other moves, such as when I get out Dictator of D, I can throw one directly into the grave to summon him. Now I'm going to use Melody of Awakening Dragons to throw away my White Son of Ancients, summoning out our Alternative Dragon, and then using Dictator of D to toss in Jet and bring them out onto the field. Now we're going to set the overlay network to bring out Draglubrion. Toss that down. And go into Hope Harbinger Galaxy Titanic Dragon. Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Ah, that's a long name. Ooh, looks like we're fighting against Dragon Maid's deck, an old faithful on the channel. We're gonna negate the changeover and eat it up with my Hope Harbinger. Nom, 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 nom. Now, I was a little bit confused here because I hadn't quite realized that when I activate Jaglubrion, it makes it so that I can't special summon in the end phase either. But now we're going to quickly get out our Jet. They are going to start up with a Torrential Tribute. Bring out Jet actually saves us here because now they're only able to destroy Jet. And now we're just going to go ahead and bring out Numeron Dragon, activate its effect to go up to 17,000 attack points, and destroy their life points for game. It's always satisfying whenever I get to finish off with Numeron Dragon. Now for our fourth and final match for today's video. We're going to one last Blue Eyes match. One of the last from my run of the last season. This isn't quite as good of a hand as we've been receiving, but at the very least we have a White Stone of Ancients that we can link away for Linkuriboh. And with that, we'll be able to summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck to get ourselves started. Not a hard hand, just not one of the best that I could have asked for. It's always a good starter. Looks like we're fighting ourselves a water deck this time, so we're going to go ahead and negate their first effect with Ash Blossom. And they're going to set 3, including a Sea Stealth, and going into Fusion Destiny for my ultimate nemesis, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. It's never a good day if DPE shows up. And it's going to go ahead and take advantage of my Linkuriboh play to blow up my Blue Eyes and leave me completely defenseless going into my next turn. Fortunately now we have ourselves a Blue Eyes in the grave as well as a White Stone of Ancients. So we're going to use White Stone to bring Blue Eyes back into hand, which is going to allow us to put down our alternative. He's going to blow up my alternative to keep me from being able to Synchro, unfortunately. I'm just going to go for a pithy hit. Activate Tornado Wall, which is extremely annoying because I can't attack their life points. But we're petty, so we're going to hit him again anyways, just for the impact. Now we're going to activate Ancients to bring out our Jet Dragon to give ourselves a little bit more protection going into the next match, or the next round. DPE unfortunately gets to come back. I hate this card so much. And he's going to once again take advantage of Linkuriboh to blow up my Jets. But at least we're keeping him from dealing damage to our... Now they have to pass turn, come back to me. I get another alternative into hand, and I still have my old reliable Blue Eyes White Dragon to drop him right back down onto the field, and DPE is going to immediately blow up her and itself. But now we get to start up a nice spicy loop. Since I've got a Blue Eyes White Dragon in grave as well as a Jet, we get to bring Jet back onto the field. So now they're left defenseless, and I get to bounce away one of their Umi spells. Unfortunately, Tornado Wall is still in effect, so I don't get to do any damage. And DPE comes back on the field. They drop back down their Sea Stealth and blow up my Jets once more. Now we're kind of in a loop to where they have to blow up anything that I put on the field, but that allows me to bring back my Jets. So Jet ends up being a pretty good counter to DPE, it seems. I'm going to drop down my alternative and then go into Melody Awakening Dragon. Seems we have no more alternative in the deck, so we're going to go ahead and get Max in hand in case I get a Ritual. DPE activates once more, but I get to bring out my Jets. Now we're going to banish Egg from the grave to put Alternative in my hand. And we're going to this time bounce Tornado Wall because we need to start getting some damage in. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Xyz overlay. Drop Drag Lubrion down on the field and using its effect to get Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy out, and we're going to go ahead and throw our jet back into the graveyard to continue protecting myself. That'll Reflect Slime hits the field, which is going to be annoying. It seems like I had a bit of precognition by putting out Hope Harbinger, because now we get to stop their call by the grave and eat it. Yum, 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 yum. And that protects my jet, which would have been completely awful had they actually been able to stop it. Now Deep E is going to blow up my Hope Harbinger, which allows me to get Jet right back onto the field. And now they're going to use Metal Reflect Slime to bring out Egyptian God Slime, something that is significantly more annoying to deal with. Now we come back to my turn. I get to draw an Ash Blossom, and DPE unfortunately comes right back onto the field. Where's Ghost Spell when you really need her? Now we're going to use Alternative to set the overlay network again. Go into Cypher Dragon, hoping to steal their DPE or their Egyptian God Slime, but I get blown up just the same, and Tornado Wall has unfortunately come back. But now we're going to go ahead and bring out Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon, forgetting that defense monsters do not get destroyed when I hit them. I was hoping that my effect would get me to slap him up. And once again, DPE comes right back. Now they're setting a field spell card, which powers up their Egyptian God Slime even further, blowing up my Tachyon Dragon to bring back Jet Dragon. Ooh, got a nice little yawn there. This duel ended up being pretty intense back and forth, really having me rack my brain as neither one of us seemed to get much going. Now we're going to go ahead and blow up their whale with my Jet Dragon and pass turn. I suppose I don't really have anything left in my deck since I didn't activate Melody of Awakening Dragon this turn. Reactor Slime hits the field, and they're going to go ahead and bring out a couple of tokens. And use that to bring back Metal Reflect Slime. Oh, that is always annoying. And they're going to go ahead and take out my Dracolubrion. I guess they figured Jet in the graveyard is way more annoying since I can just continue bringing it back. And I got one of my best cards in this pinch situation, Vision with Eyes of Blue, to bring out Blue Eyes from the hand, bouncing Jet back in the hand and getting Blue Eyes right back down, and going into Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon to finally get rid of Egyptian God Slime once and for all. We take a couple hundred points of damage, but now it's banned from the field. We're going to blow up one of the tokens, getting our Jet right back onto the field to stop this token and bouncing away Tornado Wall. Now we're going to pass turn. They're going to get Metal Reflect Slime right back onto the field. And they're going to go ahead and surrender since they no longer have an answer for Twin Burst Dragon or Jet Dragon. Twin Burst Dragon really does seem to come in quite handy for me in sticky situations. If they get something out that I just can't deal with, it's always good to get out two Blue Eyes, go into Twin Burst, and just get rid of it for good. Jet Dragon provides me way more protection than I ever realized, and the more that I use this version of my deck, the more I seem to learn about it, and I'm getting much better at getting consistent wins with a deck that really shouldn't be all that great for as strong as the cards are. But it's all fun for me the same, so I'm going to continue running more games with it. My next video will probably be more focused on Dragon Maids, as I'm feeling like playing my lovely maidens. And I also will be having my birthday coming up in the next week, so I'll be having a super long birthday stream on twitch.tv/Z_Arami, where I will probably be playing more Yu-Gi-Oh, but I also might be doing some other games. That will take place on November 7th. I'm not sure of the time just yet. And that I'm really excited for One Piece Film Red to come out. Gonna be seeing that for my birthday weekend. And yeah, that is our video for the day. Please be sure to give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll be bringing more highlights from my Yu-Gi-Oh streams for you all. You and have a good day.